Hi folks, I hope you're well. Very warm welcome to another little video. And I'm out on my trusty Boardman SLR 8.9 today, getting a few miles in, and truth be told I'm a little bit nervous about today's ride because I'm going to try and, from where I'm based, just north of Manchester, the kind of foothills of the Pennines, I'm going to try and sneak up into the Yorkshire Dales. It'll be my longest ride of the year, by some distance I think, and just to kind of keep things a little bit interesting for a handful of people who might stumble across this video on YouTube, I thought I'd say a few things about this Boardman SLR 8.9, given that I'm well into my second year owning and riding the bike now. So I'll go through just kind of my impressions, having, you know, used the bike a lot, a great deal actually, things that I've maybe changed and swapped, and after a year, or what is it, probably 16 months in fact, whether I think this is still worth the money, or actually in hindsight I would have chosen a different bike. So yeah, come along for the ride, pun intended. It's an easy bit at the moment. I'm just whizzing down the Calder Valley, 23 miles an hour, really nice, but there's some mighty hills on this ride. If I make it all the way out to the Dales, we shall see. Well, I've just passed through the beautifully titled, the wonderfully named Slack Bottom, gorgeous little village just the other side of Heptonstall. Man, that climb out of the Calder Valley up to Heptonstall, I think whoever built that road needs to have a long, hard think about what they've done to all the local cyclists. And if I ever cycle up that road feeling okay and not like I want to die and give up cycling forever, I know I'll be fit at that point in time, but that wasn't today. You may have noticed, as I just realised a couple of minutes ago, I'm not wearing my helmet today. Complete oversight, and I'm slightly out of options. I could double back and go home, but it's probably 15 or so miles from where I am. Oh, it's beautiful around here. Yeah, so not ideal, and it's a bit embarrassing because I think the very last video I made was all about when and why I wear a bicycle helmet, and I would have worn a helmet on the ride today without a question. What I am going to do though is ride a lot more defensively for the rest of the day. I'm going to adjust my route so I stay more on the back roads, the quiet lanes, and you know, I'm just going to get on with my ride and try and not let the fact that I forgot my lid you know, deter from the ride today. I think as I was wearing my cap, there's that sort of sensation, I just thought I was wearing my helmet, and you know, it happens. But yeah, have a little banana stop in a few miles, and we'll then get into the Boardman SLR 8.9 and let's say the things that I've changed on the bike in the year, coming up to a year and a half that I've been riding it. Whew. The lambs are getting fat. you can't just pass a bench and not stop. So quick banana stop, and let me tell you what I've changed on the bike in the last 15-16 months that I've been riding it. So I did do a little riding review just not long after I bought it, and I mentioned the stem that I changed. So I have shortened the stem by 30 millimeters, and I have a 70-degree rise, so it just raises the bars for me. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but that's just the way I like to ride, and I find that quite comfortable. I mostly ride on the hoods, very occasionally on the drops. I'm not a particular sprinter, or I don't really spend a lot of time on the drop. So yeah, that was already on there just after a couple of weeks of buying it. I did mention I have another video about why I changed the tyres, but I'm running Schwalbe Marathon Plus tyres. They're still 25 millimeters, but yeah, I changed the tyres probably after about a year of riding it. I usually do that soon on road bikes, but the tyres that it comes with I actually found not too bad, but I did change the tyres a good few months ago. And the only other thing I've changed, to be honest, clipless pedals, so just the kind of Shimano mountain bike pedals. I don't wear road shoes, I just wear mountain bike clipless shoes, which I find absolutely fine. And then the only other thing I've done is put a 1134 cassette on the back, just really to make the hills a little bit easier around the Pennines. So most of the rides I do at the moment are pretty hilly, and it just helps an old fella like myself out on the steep hills. Other than that, what would that be, 4 changes, something like that. I totally forgot to mention the little bits of bling that I've put on the bike as well. So I do have a stem cap, and I can't remember where I got this from, but it's pretty cool. Got some little mountains on it, and you probably can't read it, but it says "I'd rather be riding." And most embarrassingly, I have also put my name on my bike. I know, what are you going to do? Sue me? It's like writing your name in your sports gear when you're at primary school, isn't it? But I quite like it, and it's just a little way of personalising your bike and making it feel like your own. So yep, there you go. That is it, no more changes. Well, absolutely beautiful little back roads all the way up to Cole, Nelson, and I'm just bombing down now into, I've just crossed the border into North Yorkshire, and I'm bombing down now into Skipton, where hopefully I'll find a nice cafe and a big cup of tea somewhere. Oh, what a day. Well folks, the climb out of Sutton has become the walk out of Sutton. It's not all rainbows and unicorns, as I say from time to time. It's even hard to walk up this bloody hill. Oh my god, I thought that hill would never end. Probably on a par with the one going up to Heptonstall, but when your legs aren't fresh, it feels a lot harder. Anyway, I was just beginning to reflect on with the benefit of hindsight, would I go back and buy this bicycle again, this Boardman SLR 8.9? And the answer is it would be a resounding yes. I've been really pleased with the bike. It's been absolutely faultless, and I've had no mechanicals whatsoever since I've owned it and been riding it. And you know, it's maybe right at the top end of the kind of the budget type bikes, and you know, £1,000's a lot of money to spend on a bicycle. You could spend a lot more, as you may have heard me talk about before, but you know, I've had so many fantastic days out. Just a bottle of water. Actually, there's a big descent here, so I'm just going to stop. You know, just a bottle of water, a pack of jelly babies, and just a fantastic day out cycling, and I've had so many of those on this bike. I think that represents really good value for money and all the associated benefits of exercise and getting outdoors and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I've made a few changes which I've mentioned, I think, assuming the videos come out okay. And let me just come off the road. I think there's only one more change that I will make, which is just to put some slightly better bar tape on the handlebars. The bar tape that it comes with, I've always found a little bit thin. It's not too much of an issue because I typically wear, you know, padded gloves even in the summer. But yeah, it's been an absolutely fantastic bike, so very much tried and tested at this point, 15-16 months in. It's just got to get me home now. I've got about 30 miles left, heading down, well not down, up to Oxenhope, Haworth, and then down into Hebden, possibly up Cragvale if my legs will cope. If not, I'll just pull along the valley. Whew. Made it through, let me think, Oakworth, Haworth, and I'm just passing through Oxenhope at the moment. We've got a little descent and then a big, it's pointing at nothing there, a big ascent up over, I think it's called Cock Hill, and then down into Hebden Bridge. I'm not going up Cragvale. I'm definitely moving into limp home mode. The energy's flagging a little bit, so I'm going to have a little 10-minute break here and have a couple of jelly babies and a banana, chill out, hope the rain holds off, and then one big monster climb to get me back into Calderdale. Ooh, what a ride. It's been a little ambition of mine this summer to essentially ride from my front door out into the Yorkshire Dales. I haven't quite done that today. I've tiptoed right to the, I guess, the entrance to the Dales before turning around and heading back. I'm not quite fit enough to get fully into the Dales, but that's a little target I've set myself by the end of the summer, is to do a big ride out into the heart of the Dales. We will see. I think I can. I think I can. I'm gonna make it to the top of this bloody hill. Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to some frickin' downhill now. Come on. Yes, we're back in California, and I've got some downhill now into Hebden Bridge. You probably can't hear this because it's windy as hell. Big ride today. I think the scores on the doors will be somewhere around 70 to 75 miles. Excuse me. And between 7,000 and 7,500 feet of elevation. For me at the moment, that's a really big day, and I'm really pleased with the ride today. As I mentioned, really pleased with this bike. Into my second year of using it, riding it, and if you're going 75 miles, 7 miles, 0.7 of a mile, it really doesn't matter. Just, in my humble opinion, get a bicycle and go for a ride. Thank you so much for following along. Please do consider liking and subscribing if you'd be so kind. It really helps me out and I really appreciate it. Otherwise, stay safe, take care. And from the top of the world, practically, happy cycling. Whoa.